Boom. And we are live with another episode of the Brown Water Banter podcast. My name is Jared Seymour.
My name is Joey Cates.
It is Joey Cates. And in the studio, man, we got the real Captain JJ from Charter Trash back to talk to us again about what's been going on with his business since the last time he was here. A good producer of the show would have looked the date up on that, and I would have known how long it's been.
It's almost been a year.
Close to a year. We'll just go with that. But before we jump into the conversation, like we always do, we're going to thank the people that keep the lights on for us over here at the Brown Water Studios. Right out of the gate, man, we got a few more months left of 2024. Like we said, it is the year to smile more. Dr. Robbie Williams over at Southern Magnolia Smiles, man. If you're looking for a great local dentist, we highly recommend you go check them out. They are located on Washington Avenue, right over here in Ocean Springs. You can look them up on the socials at Southern Magnolia Smiles on Facebook and Instagram. And when you're ready to give them a shout and book that consultation to get those pearly whites shining, you can call them at 228-215-1202. If you find yourself in need of legal representation, Taylor & Cox Law Firm has been practicing law on the Mississippi Gulf Coast for over 30 years. This is Tyler right here in the picture, man. They specialize in felonies, misdemeanors, DUI, family law, divorce, child custody, you name it. If you need somebody to fight tooth and nail for you, Taylor & Cox Law Firm is the one for you. Give them a shout at 228-696-0111 and tell them you heard about them on the Brown Water Banter podcast. Rocky over at C2 Swamp, man. You can look them up on Facebook, C, the number 2, and then Swamp. They got their Gulfport location that they are consolidated into now. It's over on Pass Road in Gulfport specifically. You can give them a shout at 228-284-2560. And they wanted us to mention that they're having a Meet Me at the Swamp event. That's going to be Saturday, October 19th.
Meet me at the swamp.
Meet Me at the Swamp. Saturday, October 19th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. The way they described it to me, they're going to have a lot of local vendors, or I don't know if that's the right word, but like the light tackle guy is going to be there. It's listed right here: Southern Salt, BRM Corks, people who produce local outdoor stuff. They're going to be there in the store answering questions, kind of doing like a seminar, learn how to keep your rods clean and up to date, stuff like that. Like, it's going to be fun hanging out and learning. So that's going to be a cool event. So check them out on Facebook and follow along for more details. Kendrick over at Forever Young Men and Women's Health, man, I've been seeing his posts on Facebook a lot as well. He is the one-stop shop that he knows how to get you fully optimized medically to get back into the gym, feeling good and getting healthy. Book a consultation with them. Go in there, let them do some blood work on you just to start out. See if you're vitamin deficient in anything, if you're hormone deficient. Like I keep telling you, he specializes in testosterone replacement for both men and women. So bring your lady friend in there and y'all both get healthy together.
What?
Yeah, give them a shout at 228-363-6623. And we got the Smoking the Coast. It's the Crew of Neptune's inaugural barbecue competition. It's going to be down in Biloxi on the Great Lawn right in front of Harrah's, that big wide open space there. It's going to be September 27th and 28th. We're going to be there. Charter Trash is going to be there. It's going to be a fun event. It is a Memphis Barbecue Network sanctioned event. So there's going to be pros down there barbecuing, in addition to a kids division and a patio / backyard division of just some regular Joes out there with some Webbers trying to prove what they can do.
Like us.
Yeah, I'm about to say, you may see us down there doing just exactly that. Live entertainment. There's going to be bands. There's going to be drinks for sale. There's going to be food for sale as well. It's going to be a good time. So go check it out. Just look it up on Facebook, Smoking the Coast Barbecue Competition. Again, that's September 27th and 28th. This weekend, I think, yes, September 21st. Hook 'em for Heroes. This is a local fishing tournament that's being put on to highlight and to highlight first responders and military veterans to raise money and awareness for them. It's going to be in the Pass Christian Harbor. It says here on the east side. It's open to the public, local vendors. I think you still have enough time to become a vendor if you want to go down there. It's going to be live music, drinks. Again, it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a party. If you want to fish the tournament, you can go to hookemheroes.com, or you can send an email to hookemforheroes@gmail.com. 3 divisions paying out. There's trout, redfish, and triple tail. First place, all the payouts are the same. So you got first place at 1,000, second at 500, and third at 250. So that's going to be a good time, man. If you want to go check that out, I would highly recommend it.
Yep, it's going to be a good time.
All right, did I beat you again? I tried to slow down a little bit.
Not even close.
Not even close. All right,
Nope.
Love it. Captain JJ, what's been up, brother? since the last time you were in the studio, like we said, returning guest, and you got your show notes. Very impressed with that.
Yeah, he brought us some notes.
Yeah, he brought the show notes. He's a highly prepared guest. All right, so from the future guests, you take note. You got to step into the ring. You got to be prepared.
That's right.
Dude. What's been going on? All bullshit aside, man. How you been?
Man, it's been an exciting year.
Okay.
You know, we are. Thanks for having us back. By the way.
Pleasure's all ours, dude. We love seeing you out everywhere we go, hanging out.
Yeah.
It's always fun.
You know, it's fun because the Brownwater team was a big part of our initial launch. You know, and you guys really did open your arms and take us in, and we've learned a lot from you, and we appreciate that.
Oh
Yeah.
man, same here.
We're just throwing ideas off of each other, man. You got to,
Right.
especially in this business, because one thing might work for you, one it won't work for me, and one thing will work for us and not for y'all. So it's definitely that.
Yep.
So no, it's cool. It's been a great year. You know, we've grown a lot. We've learned a lot. We've made some mistakes. You know, that happens. One of the biggest accomplishments, we've gotten into some retail locations. I think last year when we did the show the first time, our big announcement was our first retail deal with Rocky Brooks at
over
Cedar
Rocky,
Swamp.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Rocky's, you know, he's been good to us. He's taken us in like family as well. We've grown our retail presence a little bit since then.
Yeah,
The Funky Monkey in Ocean Springs, you
Yeah.
guys are well aware of.
absolutely.
They've continued to be a good spot for us.
Mhm.
You know, we love William and Courtney down there. They got an amazing smash burger.
Yeah,
William's got a shrimp boat that he's built. You know, it's a lot of fun to see him operating that thing and catching his own bait now.
Oh, I didn't know he pulled his own bait. Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yes. So, and then we made our way into the Edgewater Mall.
Yeah.
You know, and that was you know, that took a lot to get in there.
What store are you in?
It was it's
My Kind of Place?
My Kind of Place.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, I tried to get in there. I wanted to be in the mall. I've been buying shirts from him since I was a kid. And it took a lot of cold calls and a lot of persistence. And, you know, as a salesman, you get told no a lot. You got to be used to that. You got to be okay with hearing no.
Mm-hmm.
I've been married for over 20 years. It's no problem for me.
You're a pro like the rest of us.
Nice. Yeah.
Now, in her defense, normally when she says no, I need to be told no. So
There you go. Yeah. Smart lady.
But yeah, so it's been fun. We've you know, we've grown into Texas. I've got my cousin with UncleLee'sOutdoors.com. He has become a vendor for us in Texas, and he does a lot of the gun shows, I think in Pasadena and Conroe, Texas.
Conroe, yeah.
So he actually made a really big purchase of Charter Trash merch and has been distributing it there in Texas, and that's going well. So trying to grow a little bit in that direction. We're still in talks with some major retailers in the Orange Beach area.
There you
And
go.
I'm excited about spring of 2025 and what that's going to mean for us there. And then beyond. So that's been our big focus this year. One of the things we learned from you guys and Josh is get into some retail shops.
Yeah. It's
You
cool.
know,
Yeah.
so,
It definitely helps, and it's cool seeing your own stuff on a shelf, you know, just going in there and seeing
Yeah.
the store that you shop at and see your stuff hanging out.
That's right. What's up,
cool.
Uncle Lee's Outdoors? Thanks for jumping in here and on the
jumping in
comment.
right there.
It sounds to me like you're putting in a lot of the hard work that takes like a lot of hard work for small incremental steps
right.
to then one day become an overnight success.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
That's how I look at it.
We joke a lot. Nobody sees the grinding
No,
behind the
no.
scenes. You know, my wife getting mad because I'm up at midnight pressing hats and she can't
Yeah.
get to sleep. And
Aw.
that's a legitimate complaint, by the way. But yeah, there's a lot that goes into it. The networking, you know, reaching out, like we said, cold calling is a big part of it. Being a part of the community, that's something that, you know, is important to us.
Yeah.
We sponsored the Albertville fishing team for the first time this year. I'm really proud of what those kids are doing and the coaches and all of the adults and the mentors that are involved in that program. I think getting the kids involved in boating and fishing at an early age is a good thing.
Absolutely.
You know, there's a lot of Googans out there, and we need. I'm working with my son Trent, and one of his friends likes to come on the boat with us a lot. So we're working with them on boater safety. Trent can get us all the way up the river to Paulus and back and
There
I
you
don't have
go.
to say a word.
There you go.
And he's 12 years old.
Right.
He knows when to give somebody a slow bell. He knows what a no wake zone is.
Mm-hmm.
He knows where his part of the water is to be when you're going around a bend in a river. There's a certain place you need to be,
Yeah.
and especially going up Fort Bayou with that tall marsh grass, it's tough. So,
And you got to drive defensive.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
you know that person over there doesn't know what's going on. So not only do you have to do your job, you got to do their job as well.
we came up with a hat design this year. It says jet ski captain.
God,
Oh,
that's a good one.
Yeah.
Where's that one at? Pull that out. I want to see it. That's worth digging for.
I don't know if I brought it.
Is it buried in there somewhere? Jet ski captain.
yeah.
I've never heard that.
You know what? Since we're on them, though, I did come up with this design, which I thought Joey might get a kick out of.
Paper
Yeah,
cap.
Hold on, I
that
can't
one.
quite see. Oh,
Paper cap.
it had a
Yeah.
glare on it.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
like that.
that's your gift.
Oh, man. Thanks.
Oh, that is sweet. Paper captain. I love it.
I do run a charter boat, though. I do actually run one.
Yeah, he's
Now.
actually a charter captain.
Now,
I got
Still
one
don't mean
for
you can't wear the hat.
one for Jared though. Too.
not a captain. What does
Yeah.
that say? Washed
Washed
up
up
local.
local.
Dude, that is killer. Hell yes. Is this mine?
That's yours, bro.
Oh yes. Oh, we're changing
Oh.
this out right now.
Yeah.
Keep going, Joe.
We lost the sound, man.
Yeah, that's it. It's over with. Well, those are the new hats, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah. So that's a hat I found. I'm in a bunch of groups online. That's something else y'all taught me.
Oh, yeah,
was
yeah,
join
yeah.
hat groups.
Right.
So I joined this group called Lone Star Adhesives.
Look how good it looks on me too. Oh God, I'm wearing this. Keep going.
I've
Sorry.
created a monster.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
I like
Lone
that.
Star's got some pretty quality stuff.
They do. The Lone Star products I've been extremely impressed with.
Yeah.
And then we found that, so I guess they have like the business where they sell patch materials and what have you to hat makers, but they also started this hat company and it's called their Lone Star Hydro hat.
Yeah.
And this guy,
Taking a selfie.
I just took a selfie. They're going to be seeing it. It's coming up on the brown one right now. Keep going.
but the Hydro hats, one of the cool things about them is they're extremely comfortable, first of all,
Yeah.
but it's like a dry fit type material and they float. And I have field tested this hat.
Oh, yeah.
We took it to the creek. We tried to sink this thing, and it's buoyant. I mean, we sink it all the way to the bottom. Takes it a second, but it bounces
Pops right
back up
back
to the
up.
surface. And if you've ever lost your favorite hat off the
Do it
side
all
of
the
off the
time.
back of a boat coming in from Horn, you know how valuable that is. That they always seem to sink right as you pull up to it.
Well, it looks like the boat wave just pushes it.
Yeah, that
completely
bow
over.
wave
Yeah, as soon as
pushes
you
it
get in
down.
there, yeah.
But so yeah, we love the Lone Star Hydro hats. They're awesome.
Is that what this is?
It is.
Yeah, it's comfortable too. I like it. I
They're
don't think I've ever worn one of these.
Dude, I love the Richardsons. I'll always be
Yeah.
a Richardson fan.
Yeah.
It's probably the best selling hat in the world.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
But I got to tell you, that's what I wear
Mhm.
when I get up out of bed every day.
Mhm.
I put on that
The
Lone
Lone
Star
Star.
hat.
Yeah.
Do we have these?
We don't.
You
I
had
ordered.
some kind of dry
I
fit.
ordered 4 of those. I got them from you.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
we have like 5 of those out there.
Okay.
We just didn't put them out massively because I was going to wait on you to piggyback,
Right.
and we went to those. We kind of
The-
switched gears. Yeah.
Those are
So-
sweet. Those
yeah.
are really nice design,
Yeah.
by the way y'all came out with. But
But those Facebook groups, the dude who owns the company is actually in the Facebook group. So you can sit there and
Oh,
talk
nice.
to him. Yeah, he's just like giving advice and giving all kinds of stuff.
probably watching us right now.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
reached out to him last night. I was like, "Hey, man, we're going to talk about your hat." Now, my intention was to have a little aquarium and have the hat floating the whole time we were talking, which would have been
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
But I ran out of time and couldn't make it happen.
It happens. It happens. Give people real quick as we continue along through this journey, though, that may be hearing of you the first time, the kind of elevator speech about what Charter Trash is and how you started it.
Okay, so the reason we started the company, my wife and I made the decision to start this primarily as a tool to teach our son Trent about business. He's a very gifted student. He has excellent test scores, on the state level, and
Yeah.
very gifted in that regard. So he has a good personality. I wanted to teach him things that he's not going to learn in school.
I was just gonna say,
100%.
wait a minute, you're telling me they don't teach this in school?
Nope.
Right? Things like a handshake,
Yeah.
looking somebody in the eye,
Right.
how to count change back out of a money box.
Right.
That's a lost art that
Yeah.
That's crazy.
a lot of adults don't know how to do properly.
Unless they got a screen
Right.
in front of them, they don't know what's going on.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a lot that goes into this type of business, as y'all know. The salesmanship is a big part of it, but there's also the hard work and the grinding and the production side. There's the designs.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many facets to the apparel game. I thought it was a perfect vehicle to teach him about business in a small scaled way, you
Right.
know. And that's one of the things we've had to do this year is kind of pump the brakes a little bit. You know,
Yeah,
I get excited and just
Right.
boom, 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 and
You can
it's
get
like
spread too thin real quick.
you really can. And so, you know, I had to back off on some of the events and
Yeah.
you know,
That's another, you talk about things that we've learned. It was like we were trying to crush events all the time. And it's like, you can do that, but it eats up a lot of your time.
Yeah.
They're not necessarily the most financially lucrative things. Now it is
Right.
marketing, get your name out there and all that, I understand. But like there's a balance there, right?
there is, and it's, you know, we do this to earn extra money, but we also do it really because it's fun,
Yeah.
right? And we enjoy it. And so you got to keep that balance, like you
Correct.
said. And we look, guys, we all have real jobs.
Right.
We all have families, you know, family first. And then we've got to make money and pay the bills,
Yeah,
so we
you're
can
right.
play with the hats in the meantime. So
Yeah.
Speaking of paying bills, Cody, thanks for dropping what I think were stars right
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
sure. Thank you.
So we got you speaking of events, we just had the seafood festival that you actually had a good show last year, but you were there a different way this year, right?
yeah. So the seafood festival for me started with Uncle Hiram. He's not really my uncle, but he's got lots of nieces and nephews that call him Unc. Selling crab cakes, man, 10 years ago, 2014, 15, somewhere in that era. So I helped him with that, and it's so much fun. You know, I come from a cooking background and really enjoy it. It's a fun thing to do. And then last year was the first year where Unc called me and was like, "Hey, Johnny, we got the seafood festival." I said, "Man, I'm going to have to break your heart this year." No. I said, "Yeah, I'm selling hats." This year I decided part of that pumping the brakes thing, it was going to be too much strain on my family.
Right.
Yeah.
Sitting out there all weekend and the setup
It's
and
tough.
everything.
It's
Yeah.
tough.
Guys, it's hot.
Yeah.
You know, that's another part of it. I'm going to be honest with you. It's hot.
Yeah.
And so we're going to get back into the festival scene at the end of this month. We'll talk about that in a second.
Mhm.
But anyway, so the Seafood Festival was our first big event last year.
Donnie Handler said John Jones had crabs at the festival. All right.
funny.
We appreciate that
Did he
comment,
bring him?
Donnie.
Did he bring him or take him?
Yeah. What was the story there?
Actually,
What was the story?
I think that was Sherry that posted that, Donnie,
Uh-oh.
talking about my crabs at the
Uh-oh.
Seafood Festival.
Uh-oh. Shots
Come
fired.
Come up with something original,
Shots
Donnie.
fired.
Way to go.
Shots
Yeah.
fired.
But yeah, the Seafood Festival was a very successful event for us. Our friends at Thalassus, Kelsey and Chris Fleming, they're marine biologists. They have a hat company called Thalassus, which is really cool. And they came down and participated in it this year, and it was a successful show for them. So I was really happy about that. But yeah, I was back on the grill slinging crab cakes with Unc this year,
Yeah.
and we had a blast.
What's up on them crab cakes? Are they
Man, they
good?
fire.
Come on.
Yeah.
Where can I get them?
Desports, baby.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Desports.
I
So,
love crab cakes, dude.
matter of fact, somebody came in that he ordered 4 to go, and he took them with him, and he said, "I'm going to get some bread from Lee Bakery and slap these on a po' boy tomorrow with some
Oh, yeah.
cheese."
Old Van Cleef
And,
special.
oh, yeah.
that was pretty good. So that's a pretty good idea. But yeah, so Seafood Festival was a success. Last year we opted out this year just for it was too dang hot, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And got to help Unc instead, so that was cool.
What are some other ones y'all usually hit?
So we've done one of the things I've tried to do is focus on the smaller events, you know, where maybe there aren't 10 people selling hats. Right.
Yeah.
And so we don't spend any money on advertising, at least we haven't up until now, other than sponsorships and participating in things like the Bay Rat Bash
Right.
and the Sheep's Head Showdown. You know, the sponsorship with the D'Iberville fishing team is something we've done this year. So I'm proud of that. Like
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
spending our advertising dollars in our community,
Local. Yeah.
and that matters to us, you know. So we've done a few other smaller events, some fishing tournaments and things like that, where we've had some success. But for us, those events are more about community outreach and growing our brand recognition,
Mhm.
and just being a part of what's going on in the community.
Yeah.
Yeah. I dig it.
That's killer. Your boy is a big part of it. We talked about it earlier. Let's get into the money side of that, because you got something down here about his allowance and all that stuff. So tell us more about that.
So that's funny. So actually last night at the dinner table, Trent came to me and said, hey, it may have been the night before. He said, when is our next event? And I said, well, we've got something at the end of the month. And he said, okay, good. I was like, why? And he said, well, I need more money for Roblox.
Yeah.
Ah, nice, nice.
Yeah.
And I looked at my wife and I said, it's working.
Yeah.
Yeah, he understands
oh,
the value of it now.
Yeah.
The part of, so y'all can understand this, part of, he doesn't get an allowance. He gets a commission off of his sales at our live events. He helps with every aspect of it.
Mhm.
And he gets a 10% commission, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, some days he makes more than I do.
Yeah. Exactly.
And he gets a free ride, a free meal, all
right.
that. Yeah.
I'm okay with that though, because it
Yeah.
has taught him the value of a dollar.
Absolutely.
He bought his own Oculus VR headset at Walmart with money he earned
And
selling
Fun
hats.
hat.
there's nothing better. You know, we kind of probably maybe take it for granted being adults, but like when you first start buying your own stuff with your own money that
Right.
you work for, there is a,
Yeah.
you know,
You get that high, and then all of a sudden it's like,
now
oh,
I'm out of
man,
money.
this
Yeah,
sucks.
now I'm out of money.
Then you have to calculate the taxes.
Yeah,
And it's like, what is this?
yeah.
Then it's I got to go back to work.
Yeah.
again.
Right.
Yeah.
There's
Vicious cycle.
a lot of proud moments with Trent in this business, and one of those was last night when it was like he didn't say, "Hey, I want more money."
Yeah,
Right.
Dad, let
Give
me
me
hold
something.
the
Yeah.
money.
He
Yeah.
asked me, "When
go to
can I
work."
go earn some money to sell some hats? Or
Right.
sell some hats to earn some money." You know, that's why we're doing it.
Right.
Yeah. He figured it out.
Yeah, he's a smart kid. He's a good kid, and I'm very proud of him.
Yeah,
You know.
that's killer.
Yep.
So I guess next up, we'll talk about the other one that's coming up. We'll both be there. Speaking of events, Neptune, you got big with Neptune with Donnie and
Yeah.
give me
Are
his
you a
name
member?
again.
Riker,
Riker. No, are you a member of Neptune?
you know, no, and I
It's going
should
to
be.
be. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
And I say this, I'm joining this
This
year.
year we did it. We
Yeah.
said that for a little while
Yeah,
before we
yeah.
joined too. So
I've got so many friends. Like Line One is, I feel like I know every one of those guys and I've known most
Yeah.
of them most
Yeah.
of my life. And they're a great group of guys.
Right.
Neptune as a whole is a great group of guys.
it's pretty cool. I dig
Um,
it.
I'm
I dig
honored
it.
to be, I've known Donnie for a long time, and we got involved with some charity stuff this past year,
Right.
and I'm really happy with that and being a part of that. And I want that to continue, and I want that to grow. Our involvement with giving back.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think it's on the 27th and 28th of this month,
Yeah.
Yep.
and this Trent will be there earning
Yeah.
his Roebuck dollars.
Barbecue cook-off.
We're gonna,
Smoking the coast.
Smoking the coast.
Smoking the
Yeah.
coast, baby.
Yeah, not to get confused with the 420 festival. Um,
Also a great event.
Also a great event. This is the barbecue event. So yeah, we'll be set up there. We've filled out the vendor form, and we're excited about it. It's going to be a good time. And then we may even enter the baked bean competition, because I
know,
make
yeah.
a mean pot of baked beans, brother.
Yeah.
I think we're going to get into a bunch of them. We're going to be
Then
there hosting, so we're going to get in.
So the plan is all six.
Yeah,
That's
we,
the plan.
we might go grand champion.
That's the plan.
Ooh.
That's
Yeah.
the plan.
Well, I actually got a charter trip that Saturday morning. That's that captain's tournament that's at Harris.
Okay,
So I'll be going half the day.
Mhm.
Can't stay up Friday and,
right.
hammer it out when I got to be up at 5
I don't,
o'clock
but
in the morning.
because we're not doing nothing crazy like a brisket or anything like that. I think I'm not. I mean, you may still have to bail, but like I don't think it'll be. At least the cooking part's not going to be super late.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
right.
think Friday night, right? With
Yeah,
the categories that they have.
I'd hate to take off of school, miss work.
Hey, you gotta
He
do
was
what
just
you gotta do.
kidding.
Sacrifice gotta be made.
yeah. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I hear that. It's gonna be fun, man.
I'm looking forward to that. Anything we do with Neptune is always a good time. It's going to be fun. It's down on the Great Lawn in front of Harris
Yeah.
on Highway 90. Hopefully, we're blessed with some good weather.
I think we will be.
Mm-hmm.
The weather got out today and yesterday, so we should be good.
Malcolm, what's up, man? He's in the comments. Rousey, man, he was killing some gators. What did you see
Yeah,
this
they've been
post?
killing some gators.
Dude, yeah, he was talking about it when he was in here with the episode that he did, and then he was not lying. He went out
No.
there and put down some, or hauled in, I should say, some big ass gators.
Yeah.
So thanks for jumping in the comments, man.
Tell us your what you bring to all your festivals. Like, go through your gauntlet of what your inventory looks like.
So we've expanded a little bit this year. I've played with some different products. Played
Yeah.
with, we started off with just fishing designs, and then I kind of saw the value in what I call meme hats.
Yeah.
I see a
yeah.
funny meme on social media, and then I throw it on a hat.
Strike while the iron's
And
hot. Yeah.
Strike. What we said that the last time.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right. And so I guess the Haktua thing is
Yeah,
a good
yeah,
example of
yeah.
that, right? So it blew up overnight.
Right.
And I don't care what you think about it. It got very popular
I
overnight.
think it was funny.
It was
Yeah,
funny.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it really was. And then it kind of fizzled out. But
Right.
that's cool.
Yeah.
That's our society, right?
Yep.
We have
Yeah.
a 3-second attention span these
Right.
days.
What'd you say?
And I guess that makes it. I guess it makes it hard because the merch game, you
Right.
got to plan ahead. You know what I'm saying? So I'm buying hats for next week, but if next week that saying's gone, then I got to sit on those hats forever until it goes popular again, which is probably
Right.
not very good. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Yeah.
it's a thin line you got to walk.
But the meme hats have been, things like these two. These are great.
Nice.
Yeah, your
Your
mom's
mom's
yeah.
my cardio,
Yeah.
and then this is a his and her set.
Man.
So,
Your dad is.
It's got that big.
You don't want to accidentally grab the wrong
Yeah,
hat. Though,
that'd be
Matt. You know what I'm
bad.
saying? Like, I don't want to think I had one on and then I had the other one. That would be bad.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie, I trolled Trent with this one for
Yeah.
the first couple of days
Oh
after
yeah,
I made
yeah.
it.
He's like, "Hell with you, Dad."
Right. So the meme hats are fun. We have a lot of let's see. This has been a real popular one.
Nice.
Right at Mother's Day, I did a little bundle set where we had an infant onesie that had
Uh-huh.
the same thing on it, and then
Nice.
you sold it with the hat. So that was a lot of fun. This is a good one. This is our
That's
I'd
pretty
be
like our
cool.
bread and butter right there,
that's the
right?
most
I like
popular.
it's yellow too.
Yeah.
See, you know what's funny? I ordered these on accident,
The yellow ones, and you're like, "What can
Yeah.
I put on there?"
and then I put that on there. I didn't even catch on to the fact that it was
Yeah.
yellow.
First thing I
And
noticed.
it-
Yeah.
Right, and that's what all the smart people were like. Oh, it's yellow. And
All
Yeah.
the smart.
anyway, so
Yeah.
yeah, we have a good time with the meme hats. This is one that my wife actually helped with the design.
That's pretty
Purple's her
cool.
favorite color. We try to. She's the one that taught me bring the ladies into it. When I
Right.
first started off, I was making hats for guys.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking about the ladies.
That the men don't have any money.
Right.
You know that. So I did some research. Women purchase 70% of the clothing in the United States because they buy for their children,
Mhm.
themselves, and their husbands.
100%.
Now,
Mhm.
I'm the shopper in our family. I have all the shoes, right?
Really?
I'm that guy. It's
Really?
yeah,
Oh, it didn't strike me as that guy.
Yeah.
I'm that guy.
You got the
Okay.
J's, man. Got some
I'll
Jordans.
do.
Yeah.
I got the yeah.
Okay.
So, our household is an exception to that.
Yeah, because I own like 2 pairs of shoes.
yeah.
I
I got a pair of Hey Dudes and a pair of
The only
Extra
reason I
Tough.
have more than 2 is because all my old ones are just stacked in the garage, like on
Yeah.
top of each other.
Plus,
You know
the
what I
other
mean?
thing, you can't throw them away.
Yeah.
The old ones I keep them for floundering. You know?
Yeah, or cutting grass.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so we've had fun with some new. This is a good one. The Biloxi River patch.
Yeah.
The outside of the meme hats, I got to say the Chutica Buff River patch has been
Yeah.
our number one.
If my
Um,
daughter was here, she could tell you how to spell it
You
100
know?
times.
She actually won a free hat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she spells it
She
every
spelled
day. Every day.
So we play this game at our live events where you get a lot of out of town folks,
Mhm.
right? And they come up and that's the fun of it though, is they're like, what is that? How do you even say that? And I say, okay, you get $5 off if you pronounce it correctly.
Right.
I always butcher it.
Yeah.
I always wait till I hear their accent before I give them that offer.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You don't want to give it to a Cajun because they're going to get it right.
That's right.
Yeah.
We got
So-
from Wisconsin. Come from
Come on over here.
Yeah.
Get your $5 not off.
Yeah.
So she comes up, says, not only can I say it, I can spell it. I said, girl, if you can spell it, the hat's yours.
Yeah.
And she said, she spelled it out right there.
You're like, ah,
I had to look at the hat to make sure she was all right. I was like, she got it.
nice.
In 30 seconds.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
dude.
crazy.
Wayne, thanks for the comment, man. He said he loves what we're doing. Keep up the good work. We appreciate
Yeah.
you tuning in. Oh, and he's fishing Sheepshead tournament too. So
Sweet.
double
Awesome.
thanks.
You got the little Croatian stuff going on, right? Slavic, all kinds of stuff going.
Yeah. So this is something that actually Donnie reached out to me, Donnie Handler, and said, hey,
Yeah.
man, why don't you put some Croatian stuff on some hats? And I
Yeah.
said, okay. Are you sure that's okay if I do that? You sure
Well, that's all
it was?
Yeah,
the
yeah.
bitches that are
The
down
bitches,
here.
yeah,
The bitches
yeah.
that are down here.
So yeah, we've I've been playing with it. We've got a couple of fun designs. That's another one,
Oh yeah.
just on a foam front trucker.
Yeah.
Yep.
I put that on one of the hydro hats with the red rope. It looks really good.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, keep going. I like all the
Yeah.
different designs, but I'm going to be honest with you. So what I was going to say is my favorite design though is the one on your hat, like that by
Yeah.
far. Is
Yeah, the
mine.
mullet.
And it looks like how do I say it? Like it looks very old, like it's been around forever. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's like kind of like a iconic, and it's not but a couple years old. You know what I mean?
That's what you found on like an oyster.
Can
Can or something.
like
Yeah,
that.
that's
Yeah, it looked
exactly
like
what I
that.
think.
Yeah.
about when I
Maritime
see it.
Museum
Yeah.
in Biloxi, and that's awesome that you pick up on that because that's exactly what I was going for.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like.
So this is
That would be my second favorite design of yours is the circle.
This
Yeah.
is the OG logo. That's what we call it, right?
Is that the first one?
This was the very first logo. I actually hired somebody on Fiverr, paid them $50.
Yeah.
And that's what we came up with. I sent him several ideas, and
Mm-hmm.
then he put it all together. And after some revisions, this is what we came up with. We
Looks
call
good.
that the OG logo. This is our Biloxi Indians Go Big Red,
Yeah.
class 97. That's our Biloxi Indians design. And so that's been real popular with the baseball guys.
You got a Gulfport one in there too?
I think that's west of here, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit.
Slightly.
But the sardine can, which this is probably the only one in the stack,
Yeah.
this was the first thing that I did. And it meant something to me. There's some little details in there.
Yeah.
1699 is the
Yeah,
Biloxi
yep,
was
yep.
founded. There's some little things like that if you really look at it. That
So you actually physically went in and cut, pasted, draw, whatever, made that design. You didn't have anybody else do it for you.
that's it.
I like it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's my favorite one.
And that's when we, I actually started doing a lot of our designs. I haven't hired anybody. Let me think. I don't want to lie. I haven't hired anybody to do any design work since then. Since
Okay.
the OG logo came out.
Okay.
Now I get feedback. Melissa has helped. My wife, Melissa, has been a help with helping design and coordinate some of the girl hats and stuff. But
Yeah.
Anyway, this has been a real popular flat bill rope hat.
That's
It
Richardson,
still
yeah.
blows my mind that the rope hats
All right.
are a thing. Like my grandpa wore that when he was my age.
And
In
you
his
know,
40s, you
it's
know what I
like the
mean?
bell bottoms, right?
It's not the bell bottoms, but it's the rope hats.
Everything has
It does. It has a reoccurring
Cycle.
cycle, there.
Yeah. And I didn't realize rope hats were. This is what's funny. I didn't realize they were popular until I got into the hat game.
Yeah.
And so now, once you're in that, I'm in construction, right? And so I've been in construction most of my life. When I'm using a restroom at the casino, I'm standing there staring at the tile work, going, "This is
Yeah.
horrible.
Who did this?
I can't believe this passed inspection."
Right.
So now I'm that way with hats,
Mhm.
and so I can't. I'll stop a stranger on the street and be like, "Dude, where did you get that hat?
Mhm.
What brand is that?" And they're
Mhm.
kind of weirded
Right.
out at
Please
first.
stop talking to me, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stranger danger.
I've only been maced twice.
Now you're like,
Yeah.
we're at the urinal, dude.
Yeah.
Focus
No,
back,
you can't wear my
focus back
hat.
on the tile and leave me
Yeah,
alone.
right.
Yeah.
Who hung his toilet?
Yeah.
That's funny. I didn't realize rope hats were a thing until I got in the hat game, and they are. And it's like when
Let's
you
come
go
back
in
with
public,
a vengeance. Yeah.
dude, yes,
But I found though it is either a love-hate relationship.
that's right.
So the people who wear them love
Love
them, and the people that don't wear them hate them. You know what I'm saying? It's not, you can't find somebody that's in the middle. It's like, hey, I'll wear a rope hat every once in a while. You
Right.
got a rope hat on or you don't. You know what I'm saying?
Angie Holland says she said, "How did I not know about the Croatian hats?" So I'm assuming she's a fan and would probably
Yeah, I'm sure that's her grandma, grandpa.
the foam
Somewhere
fronts are
down the
definitely
front.
my favorite. She said,
Yeah.
Is that Angie?
Yeah.
So really,
Cat Mangy.
really
She's
Cat
got,
man.
she's got a
That's
boat.
right.
really proud of her, man.
Yeah.
So we went to high school together, and I hadn't spoken to her in 25 years probably.
Yeah.
And she became a deckhand,
Mhm.
and I've watched her,
"Oh, she's been crushing it.
dude, and she did it so fast. That was the thing. It took me years.
Overnight success."
Yeah, and I'm still.
I
not
bet she.
a real
Speaking
cat.
of, I bet she could tell us. You got to text her like as soon as we end the live some dates because she's one of our ones we've had on. She's already said she would do it.
Well, they're about to slow down. The Chargers are about to slow down. They're
Yeah.
running.
Yeah, they already have.
Yeah, they're
yeah.
running. Yeah, so they'll in about 3 or 4 weeks they'll
All
be.
right.
then
Well,
we'll get it in
Angie,
there.
Angie,
Yeah.
look, check. Well, be watching for the text message because we'll
Yeah.
send you some dates. We
What's the
definitely
name of
want
her charter company?
you. Happy Time Fishing.
I've forgotten.
She changed it to
Yeah.
like Happy Times.
Yeah,
Angie,
yeah,
what is
yeah.
it? Shout it out for us.
Yeah,
Shout it out for you. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah. She just recently changed it. So, but yeah, her story has been a fun one to watch. Very impressive. I noticed one thing here on the hats. You got all the different colors, the different styles of hats, but I'm noticing that on each hat you have what is that, like crimp to it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I wish my head of merchandise was that smart, but he's not. He's
No,
not that smart.
We have stickers with our logo and our scan
but it's not a
code on
take.
it.
It's not a take home like that. Like that, you rip that off and you got it to stick on your stuff.
Yeah. So there's okay.
I need new people.
When we hey, I got my resume with me.
Right. I'm looking for it. I already feel like this company's heading in the right direction.
I think we've made him mad.
Yeah, Justin, are you looking for anything to do? He wouldn't do it. Yes, you're preaching to the choir, son. Preaching to the choir. Preaching to the choir. Look, there he goes.
Oh, that's a really good looking hat.
It is a good looking hat. Joey drew that. Hand drew that too. A lot of people don't know that he drew that. All right, you're rehired. Come back. Happy fishing charters. There we go.
Happy fishing charters.
Yeah,
Miss
y'all go look
Captain
her up.
Angie.
Yeah, go look her up for sure. She's gonna be on the show.
She just got back from catching a bluefin tuna on one of the Wicked tuna boats
Yeah, it was cool.
in Massachusetts, which I think is awesome.
Yep. Keep it rolling. I gotta get ice.
Yeah.
So we were talking about the stickers. Let me touch on this because this is an important thing to me. Fishermen, I don't know what it is. I race dirt track and I fish. Fishermen and racers love stickers.
Absolutely.
And I wanted to grow the brand. I wanted everybody. It's in our bylaws. I've got this little thing on the computer. It's our bylaws. And the first one is every product ever sold through Charter Trash will come with a free sticker.
That's cool.
Nice.
And they're high quality stickers. I've had these on this cup for, I don't know, at least a year, and this cup has been through it. But they're good stickers. You can put them on the exterior of your vehicle. That's important to me. The reason I put them in the little bag is because I want you to know it's a sticker.
Yeah.
It's not just a tag.
A tag that you rip off, throw in the trash.
These little, I think the guy on eBay thinks I sell crack because I order a lot of these little bags.
He's like, dude, yeah.
It's like, man, what is this dude,
Yeah,
this clean cut dude doing?
Tip you off to the FBI.
But I like, and then we've got a little tagging gun and the pricing gun, and that's one of the things that Trent helps with is we call it bagging and tagging.
Child labor is the best labor. 100%.
He gets paid better than some adults.
Yeah,
we got comments rolling in. Sean, man, appreciate it. He said John Jones and Charter Trash is as cool as the other side of the pillow. He said he loves this show. I'll take a compliment any day of the week. And Kenneth earlier, man, he said my favorite podcast. So, dude, I feel better already.
Yeah. Better than Joe Rogan.
He said that when you got fired, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Joey was, it's been a great day so far for the company. Our stock just went up.
Yeah. Do you ever find yourself getting in the weeds with SKUs?
Yes, that's something actually Jordan Duran warned me about in the beginning. He was one of the people I've reached out
crazy,
to. Yeah, he said, "Man, don't go." And every time I look at my table, I'm like, I hope Jordan doesn't see this.
Yeah.
But it was one of those things where I do a lot of testing, right? And so you test, and then you figure out what works and what doesn't. And one of the things I've learned is aim small, miss small. When you make a mistake, make it on a small scale. I've learned that in construction, right? If you're doing something kind of experimental, do it on a small scale, and that way, if you miss, it's not that big of a deal. So I'll test it. I'll test the design. Social media is a big part of that. At the website, seeing how people react to it. And so, we end up with a ton of SKUs.
Yeah.
The other thing I do is we make all of our own hats, except the embroidered ones. Elite Screen Print in Gulfport does all of our embroidery work. Mm-hmm. Brandon Jones is my contact there, and those guys are amazing. I will recommend them to anyone. Mm-hmm. But anything that's not embroidered, we make in-house. I order the patches, order the hats. Trent and I get up in the lab and we press them out.
Yeah.
This is a cool design, actually. The wood grain patches. It's another Lone Star.
Yeah.
Lone Star Cap.
So this is you though?
So I connected with that. Yeah, that's the thing. It's not branded. My wife got onto me.
Yeah, I didn't want to blast you on the live, but I'm gonna like what?
Well, he's got it there. He's got it. Little bitty.
Okay, but I guess what my question is though, is this just a demo? Is this a prototype, or are you gonna?
We've sold that hat. That hat's in stores. It sells on the website. That's actually a popular design.
Yeah. We talked about it too, like with us, like where's the boundary? Is there a boundary? We're brown water. Can we not have blue water fish on our stuff? Like, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
So that's
who cares?
If
it sells, right?
One of the things, that's right.
If it's selling.
And so one of the things I learned from the meme hats was, it's about selling hats at the end of the
That's
day.
all that matters.
Oh, merchandise,
You
whatever
know,
it is, right?
Yeah.
So I want to grow the brand and I want the brand recognition,
Mhm.
but at the same time, we have to make money. And if one of the ways we make money is with Bad Mom or Your Dad Is My Cardio,
Right. So what?
now I did start putting the little, the chartertrash.com real small
Mhm.
because Melissa was like, you need to do that. I
Yeah.
said, yes, ma'am.
I think
Yeah.
we battled back and forth for that one time, and you showed me a hat, and I was like, "You got to put your name on it, man.
Right.
You got to put your name on it."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, I think of like Columbia, right? Columbia PFG, right? Fishing brand, fish, as far as I know, as far as what I saw at the stores. And then whatever year it was, I don't know, all of a sudden it was PHG, Performance Hunting Gear, and it's camo. People still buy it, right?
Right.
They're not be like, no, that's the fishing brand. Like, no, if it looks good, I'll buy it.
Well,
Right.
you get a brand and you recognize it.
This
What
is-
do? You go to the store and you see Columbia.
Well, and they,
I
and
like it. You
and
know,
they came up with
Shimano.
they came up with a good way to distinguish inside of their brand which one's fishing. Which
That's
one's
true. Separate
Not that you
lines.
wouldn't notice that one's camo and one's
Nah,
for fishing, but still, it,
Yeah.
it makes it. It really does make a difference.
Well, one of the things about being in, honestly, we're in the fashion game, right?
Yeah.
And so I don't, sometimes Melissa laughs. I'm trying to match my shoes with my shirt. I'm like, you realize I'm in the fashion business, right?
yeah,
But
You wouldn't understand.
yeah.
so fall colors is a thing. You know, you can't wear white after Labor Day is what they used to say. But so the brown and khaki is a really popular design in the fall. The camouflage hats that we have, we bring those out in the fall.
Correct.
So
Hunting season, all
it's-
that's coming around.
I can see where PFG, all their stuff is white and red and blue and fishing type colors. And then you see this hunting market over here. And it's like, man, we need to tap into that. The beauty of branding is you can be George Foreman,
Right.
who is known
For fighting.
to us
Well, yeah.
as a boxer,
Yeah.
right? But our children probably only know him as a grill
oven.
maker.
Yeah, he
Right.
makes grills.
That's right.
This dude
That's
makes
right.
grills. What are you talking about, Mike Tyson?
Yeah.
George Foreman. So once you've established the brand, you can kind of do whatever you want with
Right.
it.
And that's weird you said that. The opposite hat of that red one, I posted the picture of it the other day, and somebody said that would be perfect for fall, and I was like,
Yeah.
what? Like,
Yeah,
I didn't even think about
Yeah.
like, I guess it would be perfect for
Yeah.
fall, but we don't pay attention to that. Women do.
Well, the second I saw it, I thought the same thing
Yeah.
because I'm in the fashion business.
Now we do blast camo when hunting season starts coming
Yeah.
around. We do, but we're smart
Right.
enough to get in front of the hunters and say, hey, look, we're going to post your deer, send it to
Yeah.
us with a brown water hat. You're going to be on the website. We're going to do a big buck contest, all that stuff, just to get in front of the hunting season.
Big butt or big buck?
Big buck.
I was
Both.
Good luck. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I will
Yeah.
totally
Support that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, I'm
yeah, yeah.
down
In
with
camo.
both
In
of
camo.
those. Yeah.
Well, we'll have
Right.
two. You can do the big butt. We'll do the big butt.
Somebody, I think Reno's was talking about doing a wet T-shirt contest.
I've been screaming that.
I'll
Don't even get me
I'll
started.
supply the T-shirts.
Yeah. No
You
doubt.
can't pay
I've been
for
trying to get that
advertising
as
like that.
a part of our fishing tournament since year one.
Yeah.
I've been getting shot down.
Look, I've been playing with the Charter Trash Bash. There used to be the Ship Island Bash.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
I looked into that.
Well, they brought it back.
They did.
It was a Deer Island
Yeah,
back.
Deer
They had it
Island.
one time,
Right.
and it never went back again.
Yeah.
The story I was told through the grapevine was like it was like an insurance problem thing, and
Yeah.
then also I don't maybe what did Ship Island Horn Island turn into this national seashore?
It's a national seashore, but
Yeah.
Deer Island isn't. It
right,
stayed on.
right. So I
But
don't
where
know
they
how much-
had it the last time, where the barge was pulled up, is pretty much where all the oysters are now, halfway down. So
Gotcha.
I
That ain't the most fun water to hang out in anyway.
no, but
I
you,
wouldn't be
Prior
able,
to the oysters.
I couldn't pull it off on an island, but I can do it at a venue. I've thrown
Yeah.
lots of parties and used to be in the restaurant and bar business. So
Yeah.
that was my idea. Was at the time it was your mama's house, and I was talking to Jess about let's do the inaugural Charter Trash Bash.
Right.
And let's tie it into the thing about that location is it's so important to the charter fleet when a hurricane comes. And we just
Hurricane
had
Hole, yeah.
Yeah.
Hurricane Hole is right there in the boat launch at it's called the Salty Peach or the River Peach.
River Peach.
Yeah, the River Peach, formerly known as your mama's house. That boat ramp
okay.
is so important.
The Salty Peach bought it and changed it to the River Peach.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
it. I like it.
And
Branding.
look, Melissa and I went and ate there a couple weeks ago, and we had there's this like platter with fried soft shells and shrimp, and it was really good.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was impressed.
Well, you check it out. I'm always.
But actually, it's something, this came up. I was talking to Dustin Trosset the other day at Desports, and if the marinas had evacuated for this last hurricane, some of the boats wouldn't have been able to get to the hole, because you have to do yearly maintenance, cutting back the limbs. You
yeah.
have to go in there with your sonar and make sure there's no trees that are sunken, no obstructions.
Right.
And so there would have been an issue actually getting some of us back there. So I'd like to organize, and I need to get with some of the charter guys and talk about this, but I'd like to organize a hurricane hole cleanup day.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And then if we could tie that to, everybody going to the River Peach or the River Peach and spending some money and saying, hey guys, y'all are really important to the charter fleet. Hey, River Peach people,
Yeah.
y'all are really important to the charter fleet. And, we're going to need you when the next storm comes. So
Did I miss that though? Is that because of the launch right there? Is that what it
Yeah.
is? Because you're.
this is what it is. So once you get the big boats back there, you got to get back to your truck.
Okay.
Right. And so the way you get back to your truck typically is we park there, we park at the church right up the street.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's little skiffs and people running folks back and forth from the dock there to their boats back in Hurricane Hole.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It becomes a very critical, I don't even know what to call it, point where we
Bottleneck.
where we can transition from our vehicles to the boats and then back to the vehicles. Sometimes you need supplies. Actually, the last time I was at Hurricane Hole, we had a medical emergency in the middle of the night.
Mm-hmm.
The water was up so high. We had a guy having a heart attack.
Mm-hmm.
I was with Justin O'Rourke on the Rodfather, and we got a call at like 2 a.m. We had to go put a guy in a skiff and get him to the ambulance that was waiting where the waters were way up by the church.
Yeah.
And that was, so that place becomes very important. It's, and so I think we need to show our support to that business. We need them to survive.
Yeah.
And also we need to organize a cleanup day at Hurricane Hole.
I like
I'm
it.
all about that.
I like it. Thanks for the comment earlier, Taylor. He said Coach Cates must have been one of your former.
Oh, yeah. For
Oh, yeah.
sure. Looks like we going into game day hats. So deer season coming around. We got football season's already started up. We dug into that too. I mean, you can always tell a Mississippi State fan. You can always tell an LSU fan, an Ole Miss fan. You can sell them anything, pretty much a rock. If it's maroon and white, you can sell it to them, right?
That's funny. He's true.
He's right. Yeah.
So-
he's right.
I saw something. What was it? The Jello shot competition. What is?
Mhm.
I'm not a sports guy, so you have to help.
That's at the College World Series.
College World
Yeah.
Series, and then all these guys are like calling in, and like the owners of Cane's chicken strips called in and bought a bunch of Jello shots.
LSU
and-
destroyed everybody.
yeah. So I saw that, and a light bulb went off, and I said, "Well, I can apply that same principle to selling hats."
Right.
And so I called up Elite Screen Print, and I said, "I need a Mississippi State and an LSU hat."
Yeah.
And what we do is I built these boards where we put them side by side, where there's 4 hats hanging, and there's a little scorecard at the top. And the more, every time somebody buys a LSU hat, they get a point.
Mhm.
And every time they buy a Mississippi State hat, they get a point. And I've had
the
people-
psychology there. That's
That's right.
master level right there.
Well, I'll buy
Dude.
50 of
yeah,
them.
yeah. They think they're better than me.
Yeah.
Give me 2 of them.
Well,
hats.
that's it. I'm just waiting on the Raising Cane's guy to show up and be like,
Yeah.
Right.
Let's take
Right.
but we were set up at Pier 15 this past year for I can't even remember, the Blue Crab
Crab
Festival.
Fest, yeah.
And somebody came up and I think, let's see, LSU was ahead, and he said, well, we can't have that. Or he
Mhm.
bought 1 hat, and I said, okay, now it's a tie ball game. And he said, well, we can't have that. So he bought 2.
There you go.
And I looked at my wife.
Easy money.
Cha-ching.
Easy
Yeah,
money.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's fun, man. It's a fun way. And then people love supporting their team,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Right.
So it's a fun way to get into it. And when I launched those, those LSU hats, I need some more. Brandon, I need some more of those.
Yeah.
We did it with beanies.
Yeah.
We did the same thing with beanies
Yep.
with Ole Miss, Mississippi
Yeah.
State, and then
Well, that's-
right off the bat.
So Ole Miss
Southern
is the
Miss.
next. And
Yeah.
my buddy Keith Sisson said, when you do the Southern or the Ole Miss hats, you have to do the powdered blue.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
yeah,
what we did.
So,
We did the baby
yeah.
blues.
Yeah. So I was like, that's a great idea, because I'm a non-sports guy, but I
Yeah.
get it. That's a great idea.
Well,
So,
anytime you can jump in that, especially around like Peter Anderson Fest, Christmas, and stuff like that, people
yeah.
they're gonna go out of their way to get it. You know
That's
what I'm
right.
saying?
And that's what we're doing now. We're ramping up for the fall festivals.
Yeah.
When it's not so hot outside. Peter Anderson obviously is a huge deal here on the coast.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, we
Yeah.
already got a hottie toddy. I'm surprised it took that long.
Yeah,
Hottie
I
toddy, I'm down like 4 flats.
Who
for
is it?
one.
Evan? Probably Evan.
Sean.
Sean,
Yeah,
okay.
down like 4 flats for one of those. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
surprised it took that long.
Yeah.
It'll be a cowbell
What-
in here in a second.
when you go to these events, is hats the only thing you're slinging, or are you trying to move on? from
no,
that?
actually, we've got this was something that I came up with. Captain Leo Dodd taught me about fish rags
Mm-hmm.
and sheephead fishing, snapper fishing. Now, any kind of fishing I do,
Oh, yeah.
we take the old rags. I keep them on top of the dryer. Old t-shirts, old rags. We take them with us when we go fishing. And so this was something that we came up with. It's a golf towel, is what it is.
Yeah.
And then we can apply any of our designs to it. I put patches on them. I put transfers on them. They come with a little ring. Anybody that's fished with me this year has had these on the boat. I've got them strapped to my sea bag. They come in really handy. But if you're fishing, you can hang one of those up from the T-top,
Mm-hmm.
and it's something nice to wipe your hands off on.
Yeah.
We
Out of
use
the
them
way.
to actually grab the fish, the
Yeah.
smaller fish, and handle the fish so you don't get slimy. It's a lot safer holding them
Mm-hmm.
where they don't slip out of your hands quite so easily. So, it's part of the testing things and seeing what's popular.
Right.
The towels have been really popular in Texas.
Yeah.
My cousin Lee with UncleLee'sOutdoors.com, he's bought a bunch of them, and they've moved really well over there. We've sold a few here. I think they're sold out of them at the Funky Monkey, but we've had them at our live events, and that's been a good product for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Josh Harmon in the comments.
Who?
Said, Josh Harmon. He said the best looking fellow we've had on the show. And then Sean said, "Back off. He's spoken for." So you got a couple of gentlemen fighting over.
Well,
you.
Sean's a sailor, so
Yeah.
you got to watch those
You gotta watch
sailors.
That's funny.
That dude's good, man. He's got a heart of gold. I love Sean, and he's his brother is a big time chef at the Beau Rivage, I believe.
Okay.
And then I got to tell you, I know my way around a kitchen,
Yeah.
but Sean's quite the chef himself.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
All
he
right.
really does. He's
All
been in Rocky Brooks. What is it? The Coastal Angler.
Yeah.
Sean's in Coastal Angler all the time with his recipes. So
Okay.
good dude.
Yeah. You're showing all the different stuff that you're like branding, what you're through your merchandise. But as we sit here and sip on these cups, we haven't even mentioned this. I
Are
don't know.
these yours? Is this your idea?
Oh,
yeah. So it's a funny story behind this.
Hold on. Here we go.
Let's see if I can get it.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be tough.
Let's see it. All right. Spin it, Joey. Spin it. The cup. No, keep the paper.
Oh,
where you have
that's
it.
good,
The paper-
that's
there you
good.
go. You missed.
That's good. You
With a
missed.
gentleman you might recognize with a middle finger.
And it should say 0 and 2.
Yeah, we
You
were talking
missed
about that before
twice.
the live. You got to update that design to 0 and 2.
So here's the story
It's funny,
behind
but
that.
it ain't funny, but it's funny.
Yeah.
It's
Funny, haha.
Right.
what do you? We got to laugh or cry, right?
Right. Yeah,
So-
exactly.
Give me another shot and
Mhm.
we'll laugh. Right after that happened, I was infuriated. And guys, I've stayed out of the political thing. That's a slippery slope.
It
Yeah.
is.
When you
trying-
jump
it is.
into it, you automatically cut half your
Yeah.
brand out. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
It's So I've
Customers
it's just for where we are in business, it's not smart to pick sides.
Right.
At the same time, there was an
It's-
old song that said, "If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything."
That's it. And what got me was after that particular incident I was like, sure does seem like one side's a lot more vocal than the other and a lot more bully or whatever the word is you want to use. Companies, big corporations, big money, throwing weight around. I was like, maybe it's time for the other side to
Well, some of those companies
even
are
at the
learning,
local level. Yeah. And yeah. Go ahead.
learning their lessons,
Yeah,
right? We
yeah.
could talk about Bud Light.
Mhm.
I think Carhartt got a little slap on the wrist this past year
Mhm.
financially. So
Yeah.
we do vote with our dollars,
I've been screaming that for years.
right?
It ain't every 2 years. It ain't every 4. It's not just, and those are important.
Yeah.
Local elections, Board of Education, all
Yeah.
that stuff, super important.
Extremely
But
important.
every single day that you spend your money.
Yeah. What happened with this? I was I was actually with some Line 1 guys at a little pool party, and when we got word of that.
Yeah.
And I thought the person who came out and told us about it, I thought they were kidding. This was the first Trump assassination attempt.
Is it weird that you have to say the first?
Yeah.
When they said the second, yes.
Right.
Yes, it is.
Right.
I thought they were kidding. I thought it was parody. And then I realized it was real.
If you'd have been reading the headlines of the mainstream media, they tried to downplay it too for the first 2, 3, 4 hours of it.
Man, it's we could have a whole nother show on on all of that.
Yeah. Pour another drink. Let's go. We got 2 more hours.
We ain't got time to get the weeds on that.
But they, I realized. I said, okay, I'm gonna pick sides, I guess.
Yeah.
My sides were picked, but
Josh said Jared and Joey 2024. Well, I don't think we got enough signatures, Josh, but I do appreciate the enthusiasm, sir.
only if I can be their fixer.
Right.
I knew these glasses existed that had the bullets embedded in them.
Yep.
I knew they already existed, and I thought they were cool. That night when I got home, I came up with that concept. And I didn't know which image, but the memes were already coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And
You don't have to necessarily be the one to create the meme or think of it. You just got to be first to market.
I will tell you, and I say this with confidence, I'm the first person that thought of putting that image on that glass. And I will say that with confidence.
Yeah.
And if I'd had the means, we would have been the first to market with it.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
You didn't put it on your website or whatever?
I acted on it, but it took time. It took time to get the product.
Yeah.
That product came out of Miami. It had to be made to order. It was
right.
And then Eric Landrum with Gold Gulf Coast Design.
He does our patches.
Yeah. So he did the engraving for us, and he's got them on his website. I've got them on mine. He's got some other designs as well, but he worked with me on getting this design where we wanted it and to go on that glass. And then I got so caught up with my real job, honestly.
Oh yeah.
I didn't have time to push it like I wanted to. And then I just saw somebody some random person on the internet the other day that's sold 1 million of them. And I was like, yeah, good job.
Yeah.
It's the game. It's the game we play.
Hey, I ain't mad at them.
You gotta have the idea, but then you gotta have the execution. That's the only thing. That's what really matters.
That's right. And so we all have our entire life, I assume, have had really good ideas.
For sure.
But what separates the 99.5 from that 0.5% is the ones that follow through, the ones that make it happen.
Correct.
And we followed through. We made it happen. We didn't have the sense of urgency.
Correct. Or maybe the capital on hand, or like you said, the actual product on hand, like all those factors
Getting that particular glass was the hardest part of that equation.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And we sourced them and were able to make it happen. So it was it's fun. We've got them, and we're going to do some more fun stuff with that, with those style glasses going forward. But yeah, I think and then now, like you said, we're talking about the second Trump assassination attempt. This guy camped out on the side of the Mar-a-Lago for 12 hours.
Yeah. Or is that where that golf course was at? The Trump International or whatever that is.
I'm sorry, Mar-a-Lago is a little ways away.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
What I wanted to ask you, and you kind of touched on it a little bit earlier, I think, when you talked about maybe being more selective with the events or whatever. What have you learned over the year that sticks out to you as some bigger takeaways with this kind of situation here with the hat, from hats to everything you're doing, just as the brand as a whole?
One of the big things was, like we talked about earlier, aim small, miss small.
Okay.
If you're going to make a mistake, make it on a small scale. The testing, I've noticed Joey doing it, where you put out a design and you put it in some groups and say, hey, what do y'all think of this?
Yeah.
That's invaluable. That's a valuable tool before you go all in and order 240 hats.
Right.
Let's see how they sell. Let's see how people react to them. So that's been big. And then also giving back to your community, and your community reciprocates that. So being involved with the smaller things that you're going into it, you're not going to make any money, or you're not going to make a bunch of money, but that's not always what it's about.
Yeah. You just want people seeing your brand.
Right. So sometimes the larger events, they're a lot more work. It's a lot more time dedication in terms of how many days you have to be there, how much you have to pay to be there. I'd rather be involved in the smaller community events where we stand out. You know, you got to be a big fish in a little pond versus just a drop in the bucket.
Yeah.
So,
And correct me if I'm wrong, y'all's first big event was the Sheep's Head Showdown, right?
What's
What
up,
was
man?
that?
look at
Hey,
that.
Milton, he finally made it.
Made it,
He
made
said he
it.
was 30 minutes out. He said an hour, he meant an
Yeah.
hour and 30 minutes
Yeah.
out.
Come have a seat.
I was sitting outside for a minute.
No, I can add him in. Hold on one second. I got to stop and then.
Oh, I'm
go.
sorry.
No,
I
no,
messed-
good. Sit him down.
Look.
That's fine. If you're gonna throw the headphones on, throw it on.
I'm calling audibles here on the line, and
Hold on. We got it right here.
I
Hold on.
didn't talk to the coach first.
You good? Hold up.
He's got a good looking hat on.
I try.
All right, we good on the audio now. Keep going. Let's roll it.
But yeah, it was the Sheep's Head Showdown, right?
Sheep's
was
Head Showdown.
pretty much when you got your foot in the door, slanging out.
Yeah, so the sequence of events was we did the Brownwater Banner podcast, and the Sheep's Head Showdown was going to be our first real live event. And I met some people like Josh Harmon, and you guys
Sorry.
got to know you guys better. That was a really big jumping off point for us.
Yeah.
Trenton and my son Trent and my wife Melissa were there. We did the thing as a family, and that's been a big part of it for us. My uncle Craig helps us. At Uncle Lee's Outdoors is that's my cousin, and his dad is my Uncle Craig. Craig's been a big part of everything we've done.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in the comments earlier. Uncle Lee's Outdoors.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so the Sheep's Head Showdown was the first. It was a deadline I gave myself because I think I talked to y'all like 90 days out. And I gave myself that 90 days and I said, okay, you're going to have this, and this in place before you attend that event.
Mhm.
You're going to have an EIN, a checking account. You're going to we're going to be legit business, right? My wife's an accounting controller, so she's very like
Yeah.
rows and
Do this,
columns,
do
and
this,
then I have a business background as well. So we work well together. I'm the creative. She's the,
crossing T's, dotting I's.
yeah, she makes sure I stay in line. And I thank her for that. She's wonderful.
Yeah.
But it was, so, you know, I put myself in a position where I said, by this date, I want to have all of these things in place so that we can go from there. And we got our website built and got it launched. So the Sheep's Head Showdown and Brownwater Banner, y'all will never know how much it means to us. And
Yeah.
I mean, that's real talk right there.
Well, we appreciate that, man.
You guys have y'all didn't really know me before all of this, and it you opened it up to us. You opened your arms up and you took us in, and we appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I think we're all, we've all grown because of it. too.
100%.
Yeah, that's been my motto and lots of things that I do. I love to grow the community, whether we all make millions of dollars or not. It's just fun,
Yeah.
creating new relationships and getting to know people and having a good.
We're
really-
probably not going to be millionaires. Probably got
Yeah.
like 15 minutes of fame. Yeah.
Right.
Hey,
Yeah.
you know,
So tell us who this guy right now.
yeah,
right
who's
next to
this
you is.
fine gentleman sitting
Yeah.
next to you?
I got a funny story about Milton Aubrey
Oh,
here.
There we
Yeah.
go. Here we
This
go.
is how.
Yeah.
So we set up at your mama's house, now known as the River Peach, on the Chuticabuff River.
Yeah.
Say that 3 times fast, Milton.
Chuticabuff River.
Oh,
Oh, you got it.
see?
You
Spell
got
it.
You
So-
got it.
Can't do that.
He's got a hat that says pretty much local.
Okay. Okay.
It's Milton's from Texas.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
But
Close
shout
enough.
out, hey,
Yeah.
shout out Texas.
There it is.
We
right
got
there.
some-
Oh, yeah.
Lone Star.
That's some
I
stuff.
love Texas, man.
Yeah.
So we're set up at your mama's house. It was the Neptune Poker Run.
Oh, yeah. We were
actually.
there.
Okay.
That was when the storm came.
Yeah, that's
the
right.
big, nasty storm came in.
Donnie Handler almost got his arm ripped off by his outboard that day.
Yeah. That would've
That
been
was a
good.
crazy day. But
Yeah.
anyway, so his wife, Kendra, she's on a cruise right now,
She's
right?
on the cruise right now. Yep.
Do your thing, Kendra.
Some of us got to work.
Right.
That's
That's why I
right.
got to pay for the cruise.
So she's at the booth and she's trying to look at hats. He's trying to go.
I was trying to go get a drink.
He's trying to
There
go.
you go.
And she said, "What are you?" He says, "What are you doing, Kendra?" I'm over here looking at this charter trash, and he said,
You don't need that trash.
"You don't need that trash."
Slogan.
Oh,
Yeah.
putting
I'm
that
writing
on a
that
shirt.
down. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she bought some hats, and look, we became friends.
We did.
You know,
I was thinking about it on the way over here. I was like, man, I know said don't buy that trash, but I don't remember how we hooked up after that. Like we're
So y'all didn't know each other before that at all?
Never.
Okay.
zero.
Okay.
We parked right in front of your mama's house, got out, was walking across the rocks. She's always trying to shop. And I was like, oh, God, here we go.
Women be
Right.
shopping.
Right. She be shopping.
Get my pocketbook out. I was like,
Yeah.
she's like, I want to get this. I looked over there. I said, you don't need that trash. Come on.
Yeah. That's some shit we would all say. I
Yeah,
told my wife, "Hey, you don't need that. Let's
yeah,
go.
let's
Come
go.
on. We
My
don't need
wife
that."
tells me that.
Okay. I'm not saying when I say it, that's what happens. I'm just saying I say it.
Yeah.
So how did y'all continue on after that?
Man,
What
I don't.
Probably
I'm
at the
like
fun-
you.
probably at the Funky Monkey. I'm guessing that's
Well,
where
we-
y'all. That's where y'all usually
I
stomp
don't-
together.
We had already. I think we were kicking it a little bit before that, but however we got to hanging out.
But I think it was my 40th birthday. You came to my 40th birthday.
That's right.
You came. I invited you out to my 40th birthday. You came out.
Josh Lemoyne was there.
Yeah, Josh Lamont,
Yeah.
Courtney, and
William.
William were there.
Mhm.
There was a few other people there. Whatever. Then we went out afterwards.
That's right.
We went out afterwards. He's like, I got you some hats. I said, oh, cool. By the time he handed them to me, I was already in the bar passing them out.
Nice.
I was passing them out.
Nice.
That happens a lot where I get a lot of texts and emails where people will buy a hat or I'll give them a hat and then they pass it on to somebody else.
Yeah, give it away.
Hiram, there's a kid that works, or I say kid, he's a grown man that works at the bait shop in Pascagoula. And I believe he has Down syndrome. And every time he saw Hiram with his hat on, he mentioned it and he loved it. Hiram gave it to him. Of course, I replaced it.
Right.
So that happens a lot. And I love that. I love it when they're interacting with folks in the public, in the wild,
Mm-hmm.
and they see a design and they like it and it gets, you get to pay it forward,
I do that a lot.
Here we go. A couple of things coming through. Josh said that Kendra has my tooth. Okay. And then he also said that he said, Milton, you should tell the story the first time we met in person. The first time you met Josh in person.
Oh, I was passing the Funky Monkey. We were driving down the road, and he was pulled over on the side of the road. And I was like, "What is he doing on the side of the road?" And we got out, and some lady got hit by a car and ripped her arm open. And he's trying to be a
Holy moly.
paramedic. And
Yeah.
I'm in my work van, and he's like, "I need some rags." So I brought everything out my van that I had. He's like, "Oh, that ain't gonna work."
Yeah.
So that's how me and Josh met.
Okay.
It's on the side of the road.
That's weird. It's like obviously small world. I mean, it's a small community, but
Bro,
through
if I'm-
different things,
If I'm ever bleeding out and I look up and I see Josh Harmon,
you're like, no, it's over.
is there anybody else?
Yeah.
Can you please give me somebody else?
Hey, his heart will be in the right place.
That's right. But
You-
yours
as you
might
die.
not.
No,
Yours
die.
might
Yeah,
not
as
be.
you die.
Josh will be like this. Me and
Yeah,
Cap
yeah,
JJ
yeah.
on the side of the road.
Y'all send them stars.
Oh shit! Oh, now Josh Lemoyne's in the comments.
Yeah,
man. What's
yeah.
up, dude?
Yeah.
Casting Coastal. There we
It
go.
is cool because the last picture you sent was us in the studio, and we were all here.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool how, at least in our little circle of whatever we are, I wouldn't even say influencers, just
A local yokel.
local. Yeah. That we can.
Yeah,
there
it
it
should
is.
already
yeah,
been a hat.
yeah.
Should already been a hat.
Groundwaterbanner.com. Yeah.
On a charter trash.
Yeah.
Better.com.
You got to
Thank you.
be quicker than that.
But it is cool that we all run in the same it's the same spaces, and,
Yeah.
and we bring each other around, and it's cool that we get to hang out with each other.
Yeah, for sure.
And I love that we're all able to give each other shit.
Yeah.
My wife she's like, why are you and your friends so mean to each other?
It's because we like each other.
That's how you know.
Yeah.
I like them.
Yeah, that's how
Yeah.
Joey was. I guess he was beating up on Harmon in the comment.
Yeah, we
group
didn't
chat.
do about the dang
Yeah.
Waymaster.
Wait, man, you're
Right.
fine, Josh. You're the
Yeah.
Waymaster.
We're
Don't
still
let-
looking for a
don't
Waymaster
let-
for the Sheep's Head Showdown.
Don't let
list, by the
Joey
way.
get you twisted, bro.
Yeah,
He's an ass to everybody.
I am,
He's
but
an
I'm
ass
good
to-
at it.
He's good at it, man.
Yeah.
He is. That's kind of Joey's thing.
Oh yeah. Oh, for
I
sure.
respect
That's his
that
MO.
about him.
That's his MO. He's kind of
Yeah.
an ass.
Well, speaking of that, we do got some fishing going on October 5th, 4th, and 5th, and you'll be
Where?
out there slinging hats at Dewey Do Bugs in D'Iberville. So we're gonna have our this year 5th annual.
Yeah, that's weird.
5th annual Sheep's Head Showdown. We
which
just
was
had
weird.
David
I was
here.
gonna say,
Yeah,
David, I don't think you were here yet. David Kewen was one of the guys.
yeah. He walked in. Yeah,
Oh,
he walked in.
Okay. I couldn't remember. It was me, Joey, as Brownwater, and then we had Barlow
Chris.
and David. It's
Nice.
as how we started the Sheep's Head. We did year one. It was Barlow, I think, bailed out even before year one.
Well, Barlow didn't make. Barlow had I think
He had some stuff going
he
on.
had some
All
stuff
good.
going on.
It was
Yeah,
all
yeah,
good.
yeah,
It was all good. But he helped us like with the rules and things to think about because we didn't know any of that. Stuff.
Right. Dude,
So
Chris
he-
is a wealth of knowledge.
Oh,
Chris
he-
Barlow.
Oh, for sure.
Barlow
It all
Brothers,
started at the boat show. We did we live streamed the fishing tournament. That was the stars, stripes, and dots, whatever used to be at the boat show.
Right.
And we all four got together and Chris goes, we should have a sheepshead show. We should have a sheepshead tournament in October.
I thought that happened after we had him on the show at the old studio in Howard because we were
Oh.
talking about it downstairs. Remember? Isn't that where it started?
I think this is a
don't know.
lover's quarrel.
Right.
I don't
So,
know.
we need to step.
No,
Anyway.
what I remember, yeah. But Chris actually came up with the idea. He was like, "Man, y'all should have. We should have."
Yeah, it was definitely like his
yeah,
initial
Yeah, he was like, "We should
sheepshead.
have a sheepshead tournament in October," and we were like, "All right, let's throw it together." So
Yeah.
Chris jumped in, David jumped in. Like I said, Chris had some problems where he had to go, family issues and stuff like that. That we were good. He wrote all the rules. He did everything like that. David stayed on for the first year.
Yep.
Me and Jerry, we had it. It was kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of good. You know what I'm saying?
first year,
It was like we didn't know what we were doing. We hit so many speed bumps. It was unbelievable. Like, you don't have this, you don't have this, you don't have this, you screwed this up. And then at the end of it, we were like, catching our breath. We had a tournament and it was good, but we screwed it all up.
It wasn't, I mean,
Yeah.
it wasn't
Now-
that bad, but I mean, like he's not wrong. I mean, you learn things anytime you do anything for the first
You-
time. But then I think Kewen bailed after year one. Or
David,
year two.
David.
He went out of.
Well, David was in the charter boat business and he kind of switched jobs. So now he's in the construction business. So
Right.
he's like, I don't have time.
yeah,
So it fell on.
and then there were two.
Yeah, it fell on Brownwater.
Yeah.
Not taking anything away from David, because David was a huge help the first
Yeah,
year.
for sure.
But it came me, Jared, and the Heathers.
Yeah,
And
The
then it was
Heathers.
like,
Wives got
yeah.
involved.
And then it was
The
like,
Wardens.
it was like, oh crap, now we can't blame David or Chris.
Yeah,
Now if we
it's
screw
all
it up, it's all on us. You know what I'm saying? We got to take all the fault for it.
Yeah.
But it's in the 5th year, so we're rolling with it.
Well, I know both of those guys, and they're both stand-up guys.
Yeah, for sure.
I met David. He was he actually owned the was it Coastal Angler? That's
He
he sold
did.
it to Rocky.
He had it before Rocky,
And
correct?
that's where I met David, and I really respected the way he handled business. Chris, he's got the oyster farm now. We've bought oysters from him. He has a great product, but that dude, that's a salty dude. He can build a boat.
Oh yeah,
Build a boat from the ground up. He can run a boat. He can catch any kind of fish.
Him and his brother are probably the two smartest people I've ever met in my entire
Yeah.
life. Besides Brandon Sherman.
yeah.
Besides Brandon, like his brother's like what astrophysicist. That's literally what he
I
is.
can't even
That's
spell
crazy.
what
Yeah.
he is. Yeah. But so they're both great guys, and it's fun that they had a part. They played a part in starting something, and here you are in your 5th year, and now you're at a point where people bring you in to run their tournaments for them.
Yeah.
They consult kind of like
the
and
consultant.
host. Yeah. Josh Lemoyne threw in a comment going about the sheepshead. He said it's a crazy story. He had a fella from Greece he's asked him, was the sheepshead showdown a real thing? And he was pushing the idea halfway around the world. So I guess
Wow.
And I want to even say with Josh, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, one of his first videos was the Sheepshead Showdown.
he did. I think
Yeah.
stream fishing it or going to it or something.
Yeah, they wanted
Josh,
that
you can
Yeti
correct
bucket with the sheep's head and
Yeah.
all that stuff. So
Yeah.
it was pretty
I
cool.
love watching Josh's videos.
Yeah, he does a great
Josh
job, man.
Lemoyne's videos.
Ah,
Yeah, get it
right.
right.
So you got it right. You were right.
Yeah,
you're right.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Josh.
killer stuff. So yeah, we're gonna be at Dewey Doo Bugs again this year, D'Iberville. We kind of moved it around. Larry's been great to us. You know what I'm saying? We pretty much got everything going right there. We're not gonna have a stage this year. We're gonna do the same thing we did with the Bay Rat Bash, but we're gonna
Yeah,
have
I
the parking lot across the street and everything like that. So it's gonna be a good time.
Look, we were there for the Bay Rat Bash. I thought it was great.
Yeah,
I
the
did too.
venue's perfect.
Yep.
You still got the water in the back. Trent and I actually walked down and watched the sunset. We walked over there
On
by
the old
Goliath's,
bridge. Yeah,
watched
yeah.
the sun go down because I try to never miss a sunset.
Right.
That's one of the things I live by. It's never miss a sunset.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And
funny
that's
you
it.
say that. You don't miss them though. You tell me every day you see one.
No, I try not to.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I will put down my phone if I see something out the window that
Yeah.
looks, a beautiful sunset and I can see it starting to materialize.
Yep.
bro. I won't miss it. I'll
See,
pull over on the side of the road.
That's
and enjoy
been
it.
that's been a thing for me, but I haven't executed yet.
Yeah.
I see one, I'm like, oh, you need to go outside. And every time I catch one by accident, like on the Highway 90, or for whatever reason I'm out
Mhm.
somewhere where I see it, I'm like, why do you not watch this every single day? Like
Yeah.
that's not
I call it the witching hour.
the
That's
golden
right.
30 minutes before
Golden,
sunrise,
Yeah.
30 minutes before sunset. It's the best time to be on the water
And you-
or anywhere where you can see it.
for sure. And
Yeah.
you know when I used to see more of them was when I worked at the Beau Rivage.
On the
because-
back deck.
the back deck where you would go out to take a break. People that smoked would go out there and smoke.
Yeah.
You could walk out there and dude, it looked like I don't even know if like a Picasso or the best painter in the world could paint
Mhm.
what Mississippi Gulf Coast sunsets look like almost every evening as the sun goes down. And don't even get me started on like a full moon night when you walk out
Oh,
there and the
yeah.
entire Gulf of Mexico is lit up looks like diamonds all the way from where you're looking to the moon, man.
We're fast approaching fall. Those harvest moons.
Yes.
I saw one actually this weekend. There was a really nice full moon,
There's supposed to be some
Um,
big red moon coming up. I don't know what the name of it is,
They
but
call
it's
it-
like
blood moon,
Yeah,
or harvest
yeah,
moon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
October's the best month.
for sure.
I think
By
October's the
far.
best month in Mississippi.
By
Dude,
far.
I'm excited. We're transitioning. Like I love the summer. I love the fishing that comes along with it. Also, I sweat a lot.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah,
I'm not a
yeah.
huge 110 heat index
Yeah.
guy.
By the time we
Sorry.
get to this point of the year, I'm ready for some fall action. Now I don't get with the dove hunters. It's still a little too hot.
It's a little
A
warm
lot
for
of
that.
ticks
For all
and
that,
snakes
right
and
now,
stuff
but-
going around.
Holla at me second season when the ruts kicked in.
Right.
We'll,
Right. One of the things that stands out to me talking about the heat was we just did that Chandelier trip with Sunrise. Went out there
Julian.
with Julian when we jumped off of his boat, the little boat, to hit that spot we were fishing, and I jumped in. I'm like, it felt like a hot tub once you turn the
That's
heater
because
off.
Justin jinxed us on the way out there. He
What do
goes, I hope it's 120 degrees everywhere.
he
I go."
got every bit of his wish. He's got two middle fingers.
Yeah,
on
he did.
camera.
Yeah.
He got every bit of it because we jumped into the water. I'm like, oh my god.
Well, I mean, you would hit the pockets. Like you would get out
water.
and it'd be like, all right, this is a cool spot. And then you walk and be like, God bless, I'm taking a shower here.
Yeah,
that's kind of when we quit going up to Paulu's about a month ago.
You can't get deep enough.
You quit hitting the pockets.
Yeah.
Where the pockets were the cold water.
Right,
and
right.
then- so now it's time to go back. We'll probably go back.
Yeah.
Well,
But for the record, too, we caught fish and had a great time though. So
Yeah.
we didn't let
Listen,
that hot water stop us.
it's funny you brought that up. That boat. I worked on that boat. When I say
Yeah,
I
so
worked
you
on
did,
it,
yeah,
I
yeah.
helped Brian Dale on that boat, and he they had gutted it, and they were in the midst of putting it back together. And my cousin Ben Allen, Captain Ben, High Times Charter,
yeah.
Oh,
shout
yeah.
out.
Oh,
Former
yeah,
guest.
yeah,
Former
yeah.
guest.
Yeah. Anyway, I got lots of cousins, but he brought me on board. I'm a carpenter, by trade, trim carpenter. I'm also a contractor, so I know
Right.
a lot about all of the trades. And I helped, bring the interior of that boat to what it is now.
Dude,
fun.
she's beautiful.
I'll never forget though the day Julian and them showed up. He had his crew with him, and they walked through the boat and everything. And then they made a deal with Brian. And Brian was like, "Hey man, I appreciate all your help, but these guys are taking over. Hey Julian, I want my DeWalt. I left a flashlight in the engine room.
Yeah, he's got it.
I
He's got
bet
it
it's
for you.
not there.
Yeah,
I'd
he's
be
got it
willing to
for
bet
you.
it's not
He's got it
there.
for you. No,
Yeah.
that thing turned out.
It is
Macy
beautiful.
Ann is a beautiful.
And she
beautiful-
rides like
Oh,
a sled.
yeah, it was nice.
Yeah,
We got a little sporty on the way in, right by Ship Island.
Oh, yeah.
and listen,
fine.
that's a single screw.
Yep,
Some of you landlubbers will have to Google that,
yep.
but that's a single screw boat. Anybody who can dock that boat.
He's got a bow thruster on it now.
Oh wow! See, I was trying to.
I'm sorry. He told us. I don't know. Was I supposed to not say that?
Told on yourself,
Yeah,
Julian.
He told us. So I'm sorry. But
No, that was smart. That
yeah,
was smart.
Look,
Yeah.
It looks super cool parking it.
Hey, I
'cause it
used
was
to have
quick.
to.
I
used
thought
to
it was
have
a
to-
double. You sure? it's a
No, it's
single?
100%. He told. I remember I had a conversation.
Positive, it's a single screw.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The engine's massive in that thing. It's
Mhm.
incredible.
Yeah.
But dude, I used to have to. We talked about this on the last show. I used to have to dock the sailfish with Mikey
Yeah.
Moore.
Hug the pilot.
Have you seen the pilot?
Right.
It looks like a dang woodchuck
Like
has
they
chewed
will.
it off. I mean, it's literally chewed all the way down to where the pilot's not even hardly there anymore.
Dude, they had to replace it like every 3 years.
From you.
No,
That's what I was going to
wish.
say.
Yeah.
That's your mark.
Yeah, that's right. You got to.
Well, I mean, even Cap Mike, when he pulls in, you have to. There's no way.
Where he parks. Yeah.
There's no way
you
you
have
can't
to.
bounce off that pole and get where you're going to be.
And that's why I brought it up. That's a single screw boat.
Yeah.
And the reason they call it the sailfish, it's so big. It's just like a sailboat. It catches so much wind. When you've got a west wind and you're coming in a small craft
Because
harbor,
of that upper deck, you mean?
yes,
Yeah.
yeah, because
Like a
it's
kite.
built up
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
high,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like a kite, and it's only single screw, so you can't control it with the clutches. And I've driven shrimp boats that were single screw like that, and the way you change direction is by shifting from forward to reverse,
Spinning
Right,
the wheel.
kick it.
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
what
Like you-
makes it move.
yeah.
But with that boat, it's so counterintuitive, where you have to intentionally hit a piling, and then you
Spin
got
it.
to turn the wheel a certain way and do the throttle a certain way, and it spins itself around, and the deckhand's catching lines on the pilings. So.
And literally the piling looks like on both sides.
Captain Mikey's he's a G. That's an OG right
Yeah,
there,
man, he's
man.
a
That
good guy.
dude's seen
I
some
love it.
stuff.
Did we hit all the bullet points?
Yeah, man.
hit
We,
them all?
look,
Hit them all?
he-
we
we-
brought show notes.
he brought us notes to our own
Hey,
show.
Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna
yeah,
get,
yeah. So
Joey,
we-
get him to sign that. One,
Yeah.
and we're gonna. That's going.
This is a set list.
That's going into the memorabilia.
We're just making sure that we got notes to our own show.
yeah.
Yeah.
Did the wife print that
If
up?
we ever make it into the Seafood Hall of Fame, that's going to be a part of our display.
That's right.
That's my goal.
He even
Make
put the
Seafood
date
Hall
on
of
it and everything.
Fame. Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah.
why for historical.
That's right.
right.
Context, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One
Yeah,
day,
make it
one day,
official.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got two events. We'll be at the Smoking the Coast, 27th, 28th of September,
Yep.
and then we'll turn around the next weekend and we'll hit the Sheep's Head Showdown, the 4th and the 5th at Dewey Do Bugs in D'Iberville. It's going to be two heck of a weekends.
It's
Man.
gonna be fun. I hope
Yeah.
everybody's ready. I hope everybody. We already had a couple registrations come through for the Sheep's Head Showdown.
Yeah, I think we got about 5, and that's unusual.
It is.
Everybody's looking at the Gulf. No telling what it's going to be, weather. No telling what it's going to be. But
isn't there? You got something special for the veterans, right?
Oh yeah,
yeah,
Tackle
yeah,
22.
yeah.
We partner up with them every year.
Derek Callender,
He runs that
he's
for us.
he's the I guess you call it charter down here or spokesperson down
The
here.
chapter.
Yeah, chapter. And any veteran with a military ID gets with Derek, and they get to fish the Sheep's Head, Maine for free.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool.
we have Derek, not we. Like he does the work. I don't want to take any credit.
No.
away from him.
Yeah.
But they have side prizes, even a side
They got a whole board.
leaderboard.
Yeah, they got a whole
for
board.
just the veteran too. So and you can win the main
Yeah,
as well.
You can win
but
both.
there's a whole side. So
He's
Yeah.
a great dude. He's at every
he
event.
is. He really is a good guy.
Every fishing related event I see him, and he comes and interacts with us, and we love. I come from a military background. I'm an Air Force brat.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I work for a DoD contractor. So most of the members of my family are military.
Mhm.
That means a lot to me.
Yeah.
To see
Well-
him and what he does.
we can't be a nonprofit, but this is
Right.
our little way of saying
Right.
thank you. You know what I'm saying? Here you go. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And it's worked out. It's been great. It's that and the kids division is probably,
Mhm.
two of the most, our favorite parts of watching it as the guys putting it on, seeing that the kids' faces light up and then the veteran engagement. We love it.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Killer.
Gentlemen, thank y'all both for stopping by and chatting with us today. Thanks for always repping the gear. We
That's
appreciate
right.
it.
Milton's,
Yeah.
Milton's our
Yeah,
walking mannequin.
He's our unofficial ambassador.
I told him if I ever make any money doing this, I'm going to hire him to be my media guy.
Yes, right.
Because he can edit a video better than I can. I'm pretty good at it.
He does a good job.
I ain't
man.
good at it. I just try. My wife
right.
hates it. She hates it.
Then that's how you know you're doing it right.
right.
Just like hunting or fishing, right? But no, like we said, man, thank y'all for tuning in and watching. Please download the Brownwater Banter app on your phone if you don't have it already. It's free in the App Store and Google Play. And we got it coming up, like we've been saying. The fifth annual
registration is open right now.
brownwaterbanter.com. Just go there, check it out. Fish the main tournament, fish all the side categories as well.
Triple tail has been added. So
Yep.
there's a triple tail division.
And if you're not going to fish, just come hang out that day. It's going to be some good food down there, good times, good stories. A lot of people lying about what they did and
Mhm.
what they can do. So it's going to be fun. So you don't want to miss it. If y'all keep tuning in, we'll keep doing it. We'll see you.